Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the Coolsky DC-9 for Walker Air Transport, and we are doing a short hop from Calcutta to Visakhapatnam. So we've moved from, I took a jump seat from, I think I was in Osaka International, down to India. Thought that would be a fun change. I need to log in again. Let me just pull this down. Quickly type everything in. But yeah, I decided to change things up a bit and fly a bit in India. It's maybe not the most perfect airline for, or it's good in the sense that you have all the flexibility, right? But the flags, US, UK, and European Union, maybe not the most appropriate for flying a narrow body in India, but you know, we'll give immersion a bit of a push to the side. And I guess Walker is an international one; it's for everyone, right? So it doesn't matter what flags there are. And I guess maybe the backpacking guy here can, a lot of people do go backpacking in around India. Some even hopping on the train or on the trains, and they're pretty. Well, I'm not sure if it's well developed, but at least it's pretty large, the train system in India. But yeah, nothing too extraordinary. I think I have a little nav map open, so I'm just gonna bring it up so you can see how the plan looks. And I'm actually gonna write down some of these things on my whiteboard. So the first one we're going to, in terms of the VR, is 1154, and that's going to be on a course of 274, and it's for 126 nautical miles. So that's number one. Number two, BBS, and that's 1135. That's a course of 188. So we're going south, and it's 156 nautical miles. After that, it's basically straight towards Visakhapatnam, and we're taking the VR right next to the airport VR, and that's the 114, and we are flying on a, hate when that moves, 225 to 112, or 212, 225, and then to 112 nautical miles. We are expecting, SimBrief doesn't have a profile, but we have one for the McDonnell Douglas. So we're expecting to be flying, it's a step, but we're just gonna do 34,000 feet. We are expecting 101 right for the takeoff runway, and then we're gonna be landing at 28, and I am gonna check on my hardware EFB now what 28 what type of goddamn, can't breathe. But let's see. Don't know why. I guess it's because it's been pretty cold. My throat seems to be very susceptible to that. But breathe I can, still alive and kicking. Let me check here. ILS runway 28. Yeah, I think it's gonna be an ILS. And that's gonna be a 111.1 with a 276 course. 6 course with a minimums of, let's find out, minimums of 230. And transition altitude of 7,000 feet. And it's a straight climb ahead and then a left turn to 210 to intercept and follow the the outbound radial 240 from VSP. Yeah, so that's good. I think we are somewhat aligned with what we need to do. We don't need to use this. We have the inbuilt system. Let's check the weather though. That's always interesting in India. As you can see, very foggy. And I'm actually gonna I think I am gonna I think I'll close this one down. We don't want to cheat. I usually tend to cheat when I have that option. But yeah, the weather is looking fine. Some jet stream the opposite direction, so that's maybe not the best. What about the destination and arrival weather? Too many node times. Too many node times. What I need to check here. So departure, we have a pretty low. Actually, let me check. What's the visibility? I rarely check that because the visibility is usually good. So we're now looking at a visibility of 180. Okay, so it's 180. So it's this number. At our destination, it's 3000. So it's a bit better. But yeah, it's typical Indian weather. Even in Mandalay, it's well, it's better, but not perfect. But okay, we have that. Let's check pilot to ADC 34,000, and we'll need to change to the European way of setting the altimeter, or the global one, not the American one. We'll validate our flight plan, and we'll file it, and we'll also connect. This is gonna be a fun flight. I've actually been to both of these airports in real life, so that's nice. Kolkata, I flew from Delhi there, and then we flew from there to the Andaman Islands. And yeah, with
arriving and departing runway 01 right.
Remove the 80s and change so we don't have to listen to the why. Yeah, I think it's gone now. I hope at least. But yeah, Vishakhapatnam, that was from the Andaman Island. It was just a pit stop, so to speak, and then we went to Delhi. And actually, let me see, did I save my... No, I didn't. God damn it. I worked so hard to get the... Or, not that hard, but I had to move the camera a bit to get the viewpoint that I wanted. Let's save this one, so we have this static preset position. But yeah, as you can see, well, it's an old add-on, the Coolsky one, but it still looks pretty good. I've added PBR. Some might prefer without it. I prefer with it because it makes it feel a bit more alive. It's a bit too glossy. You can fix that. I haven't bothered. I know it depends a bit on the aircraft developers as well. Some do try to make it more reasonable, and some go for a more crazy, like kind of similar to this, gloss it all up. Not sure why these, is it the ailerons, I think, or not sure. They always are like this until you start flying, or not flying but start moving, I guess. The engine's looking fine. We have the stairs here for the rear, nothing we can walk up on, sadly. But yeah, rear mounted engines. An old aircraft, this one, built in the 1960s. This is specifically the DC-9 30. but it's she's a beauty. One of my favorite aircrafts to be frank. Let's see, can we? No, we can't walk on this one. That's annoying. Look at this, the GSX one. Not sure why it's wet though. Well, maybe it's been raining. But yeah, pretty nice, and I think everything's doing good on the outside. We can't really see anything though, and there's no visual failures that we could spot, but always nice to do the workaround. We have some aircrafts that are moving. Is that Indigo? Yeah. It's a pretty nice airport, considering the size of the country, or not the well, also the country, but considering the size of Calcutta, it's a tiny airport. I mean, if they manage to raise the standard of living and the people start flying more, you know, imagine how much they need to expand the airport. But yeah, enough talking. Let's put some nice views. I think I don't have too many good ones. Maybe we can use this one and do something like this maybe. But yeah, this is the inside. We'll actually do cold and dark. I prefer that. In terms of, we can put the ground power unit there. The dispatch, and this is gonna be interesting because we need to plan this ourselves. And this is, yeah, we're choosing what we're gonna do. Flaps 5, I think, for the takeoff. But yeah, the load. So if we were flying an MD-80, they are recommending that we would load up almost 20,000 in fuel. We're flying a DC-9, so I'm gonna load up even more than that. I'll do 20. Let me see. Let's do full. Maybe that's too much. Why do they want us to have 20,000 pounds of fuel? It's because we have trip, continuous, we have alternate requirements, and then, well, 18,000, okay. So it's not 20, it's 18,700, so we can probably decrease this a bit. We can do 22, that should be reasonable. In terms of our number of packs, let's see, it's 90. I am not sure we can, well, we can take 90 packs, so that's perfect. And I think we can use this. And actually, you can even, you know, print it out like this. That's cool, actually. Kudos. I mean, this is a great add-on. Nothing will change my opinion of it in that regard. It's just amazing. I mean, you even have, I think, the schematics, right? I mean, it's a crazy add-on, and this is the cool thing. I think I've shown it on basically all the videos I've done with this one, but you do have the working circuit breakers. And I mean, if this add-on could do it 15 years ago, if not even more, most add-ons should be able to do it now as well. So yeah, kudos. Great, a good aircraft made by Coolsky. But yeah, let's get going. Enough of me, enough of my gibberish. What we'll do is we'll start the boarding. I'm also gonna set it up in the Luke Air tool. Let's see, we have the data. I'll put 90 packs. Next. Okay, we can put, I think we have Walker, we have a custom, yeah. So we'll start the passenger simulator. We'll also start the boarding here. And I'm also gonna request IFR clearance.
Clearance delivery. Walker 4003
We'll start
ready
boarding.
to copy IFR clearance.
And we're putting on the boarding music. And we asked for IFR clearance, but we didn't get any
Clearance
reply.
delivery. Walker 4003 ready to copy IFR clearance.
Why is this not?
Clearance delivery. Walker 4003 ready to copy.
Let me see, can we get... It's all validated though, so I'm not sure why it won't... Why it's not playing ball with us. I really need it though, in order to get the nice vector. Look at that aircraft coming in for landing, beautiful. Okay, let's reconnect. Maybe if I talk, we'll get a response. I've noticed that that happens sometimes. Okay, connecting again. Let's see what happens. Whilst we wait, we can put on the position lights. We can actually also put on the batteries. Emergency lights. No smoking. As you can see, this is an analog aircraft, so old. Walker 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance.
Walker 4003, we don't have a flight plan on file for you.
When I reconnected, I forgot to file it.
And get back to us for clearance or request flight following with the destination airport.
Okay, let's see. Walker 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna get it now. We are getting a SID. Hopefully nothing crazy, right? It is a
Walker
SID to JJ.
Victor Oscar Victor Zulu. Fly the JJS2 Echo departure then as filed. Expect departure
Can we
runway 01
fly
right.
that one?
Climb to flight level 250 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10
possibly.
minutes after departure. Kolkata control on
Arrival, I'm checking here
Squawk
quickly.
6344.
Star, where are the SIDs?
4003 is
Maybe
cleared
they
to
come
Victor
up
Oscar
here.
Victor Zulu. Fly the JJS2 Echo departure then as filed. Climb to flight level 250 via the departure.
JJS2.
Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Kolkata control
Interestingly
on
enough, it's supposed to be
Squawk 6344.
to be a kind of
Walker 4003 read back correct. QNH is 1011. Contact Kolkata ground on 121.9er. When ready for pushback.
was it JJS? I'm actually gonna check the little nav map.
QNH is
Bit cheating, but
ground on 121.9er.
I just need to verify. Yeah, JJS 274. That's fine. Okay, QNH, we need to check this. Okay, but we can follow this, so it should be fine. We'll take off. Interestingly enough, though, according to what I'm seeing from the SID, this is not, but this is an old version, isn't it? How old is this? Well, I can't see, but basically, this, according to this one, it's like you go up and then you fly down to Doksin, which is supposed to be somewhere here. But let's see, maybe it makes sense. It's not gonna be too big of an issue anyway. It's not too long. We'll maybe be a bit off from what they want us to fly, but we'll be fine. Can't see any other aspects that we need to consider in terms of the SID. Interestingly enough, though, here, if we're doing the second one, it says at 4,000, turn left 230 heading intercept the CA, the radial 275 via Doxin. So 275 and we had 274, so that makes sense. Now the question is though, why doesn't it give us that we're taking off from runway 10? Maybe it's changed, possibly. But okay, so 4,000 and then we turn left. Let's see, 4,000 and 230. Okay, so we have that. Let's try to follow it if we can. I'm gonna get my side table so I can put my thingamabob there. My whiteboard. Oh yeah, we need to put in the number of packs. We can do 50 with the GSX just to speed it up a bit. Oh, I haven't really aligned here. Small mistake on my end. A bit high. We do have the air stairs though, so maybe want to change so it's using the air stairs instead. Not a biggie though. This is a freeware airport, and I just want to give a shout out. It's a pretty nice one for freeware. You know, it doesn't look exactly how it looked in real life. Quite different, the ground, and you know, but like the vibe, like the general, it like, you know, when I'm here, I'm like, yeah, I can see that this is Kolkata, or at least a or like an emulation of it, an example of how it could look. We can move these. What else do we need to do? We need to do the start pump so we can get the APU. And what else? What else? What else? Let's have a look. We have the checklists.
Originating and receiving checklist.
And basically, let's wait. Hopefully we don't crash.
Taxi straight, Sierra Alpha to the holding point.
Taxi straight, Sierra Alpha to the holding point, Charlie 272.
If we do, I'll just have to really quickly pause and then I'll jump in. It's always the risk with these 2D panels. I think this is one of the reasons I rarely use this checklist. It's a bit frustrating. Let me see, can we get it back to responding? I'm gonna check event viewer, see what caused.
Audit 174 and a giveaway to Japan Airlines, Boeing 787 taxiing on Juliet.
Giveaway Japan Air 787, hold on 174.
Let me pause here and see if I can get this to work or if I'll have to restart. Okay, we are back. Let me check. I'll need to close. I watched some YouTube as well, setting this back up. But yeah, a bit crashed. It has happened before, but it's a bit annoying, of course. Should have thought about it. That ate up some valuable time, but oh well. Whilst we are setting up the aircraft, we can start by setting the altimeter. And we can also set these servos, because I always forget about them otherwise. The lights are set, we have the pump. We could start already the APU, actually, yeah, I would say so. So let's start that. Let's see, do we need to press anything? No, it's starting. We know we're gonna go up to 24,000. That was the clearance we got. So we can put that. But we actually want to keep it at 4,000. But yeah, 24 was what we were cleared to. whereas 4000 is when we're turning to the left. And let me see, the squawk was 4603. So we can just 4603. We can just set that. And I'm gonna turn it on already, just so we don't forget. And let's see what else we need to do. We need to press the master caution. And can we hide this one? Nope. You can see I've added some PBR on it, so it looks a bit glossy on the areas where it's supposed to look, and not on the areas where it's not. So that's kind of how you can make the PBR work kind of in your favor, right? So where it's more dull, where you've kept your hands, it's not as glossy basically. And you can apply the same to the fuselage. I would also want to apply it to all these blue parts. It looks pretty nice. Let me see actually if you can see a DC-9 cockpit. Because it has a bit of a... well, it's kind of dull. But it's a bit more, I guess. There's some glossiness to it. You can see here. This is definitely an upgraded DC-9, not one of these very old ones. It's interesting now when you see the DC-9, for example, Microsoft Flight Sim, it has all the kind of upgrades and stuff. It even has an EFB built in, which makes sense. I think I like that you kind of give that option, but that wasn't the case back in the day. Let's move that one back up again, since I forgot to do that. I don't think we need to tweak anything here. We'll need to set the trim though, but we can keep as is for now. These ones, I don't think we need to change anything. The landing altitude, and I'm gonna jump back to Vishakhapatnam. That's pretty low, right? Yeah, it's around 0, so we can keep that. And then the landing barrow, let's see if we have any input on that. We do not, interestingly enough. No, 10. Okay, so that's, God, what's that in hecto? 84. So like that, we can put that on. And yeah, the boarding is going pretty nicely. It's soon ready. We have much more aircrafts, so I guess when we reloaded it, decided to pop in quite a bit more. We even have, I think, a A330 Neo, so that's cool, the 900. And now we have an Air India Express instead of a Indigo next to us. I actually think when I was going to fly to the Andaman Islands, we were going to fly Air India Express. That one got, or that flight got cancelled, and we then instead flew the SpiceJet. So that was lucky. We had to then catch a ferry, so it was a bit tight on time, but it worked out in the end. Yeah, let's see what else. We have, I think, the APU now. We can put that on. Same with the bleed. The galley ones we can put on. We can turn off the external one. I'll also remove that. Most of the boarding is done, so that's good. We have plane boarded. So question is there anything else? We'll need to remember to do the safety one if we haven't gotten there. We can do Shift 8, change to takeoff, and we can just transfer these to the Adibug so we can see the V1 speeds. One thing we'll need to check is though, and I actually think I saved that on the FCOM or whatever. I think I might have saved that in a folder. Let's have a look here. Folder view DC-9 FCOMs. So the aircraft operating manual. I have it on my EFB. Okay, Ultimate Airliners by Coolsky. I guess they were the publishers. And what we are looking for is the engine cruise settings at the altitude we are going for, which is 34,000 feet. And we have 35, so let's use 33, I think. Long range cruise 33. We're gonna be at a weight of let's check, about 100,000. So we can't actually be up at that. That's interesting according to this one. Let me check. Basically we're too heavy. Is that really the case, or is that... Well, let's say 96 then. The ambient temp, it's gonna be like minus... It's gonna be cold, right? Let's have a look at the outside air temp. Minus 41. So we're looking at an EPR of 1.9. Okay. For the takeoff, did we get that here? No, I don't think so. So let me write this down. I'm not sure if this is gonna be doable, but 1.9 is the EPR for the cruise. And then for the takeoff, what's the EPR for that? And do we actually have that performance input? I'm gonna guess we do have that, but it's always a bit. Takeoff EPR cross check. We're definitely at some warmer temps, so let's have a look. Yeah, it's 15 degrees. So 15 degrees. We can do 210. Yeah, 210. And we don't move it here, but we move it here rather. Okay, so 210 on the EPR bugs. What else do we need? We actually don't need pushback. So that's one nice thing. We can, I think, close all the doors. Let's see, I think that's all the doors. So let's see if we have any option for... No, we don't have that for GSX. We can just remove the stairs. I hope at least. Yeah, there they go. Now since we have the APUs running, we need to have the fuel pumps on. Something I didn't think of. I think we can already then get going. I'm gonna ask for Walker 4003, ready for engine start and pushback.
Walker 4003 pushback and engine start approved.
Good. We can get
Pushback and
these
engine
up.
start
The
approved.
pneumatics.
Walker 4003.
We need those for engine start. Let's have a look that this works. Yeah, we got the alarm as well. That's good sign. Anything else we should check? What about the fire one? Yeah, those do work. I think it's the same, yeah. Beacon anti-collision. I think that's the red one. Let's just have a look here. I think the rest is fine. We can put on the windshield one. We can wait with these ones for now. We can just have a quick look here. Yeah, it's working. So what we can do now is start the damn thing. I'm wondering if we need to check anything. I don't think we need to check anything else, right? Should be good to go. Put that on both. We'll open these ones.
Starting right engine.
Then we can start the right engine. And let's see, we're seeing increased. I'm just gonna check that we actually have yeah. Walker air is on. So now we're starting the right engine. There we go. So that's looking good. We can start the safety.
Contact ground on 121.9er point ready to taxi. As we demonstrate the safety features on this aircraft.
Yeah,
Please make sure your bags
that's
are
good.
either in the overhead compartment or under the seat in
And
front.
that looks stabilized.
Put your phone or any other electronic devices to airplane mode.
Let's start left engine. Okay, and it's starting.
Taxi, takeoff, and landing. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure your seat is in the upright position.
Let's bring that up.
202, Public Foxtrot, ready to taxi IFR. 202, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 1 left via taxiway Foxtrot.
We can put that on. Hydraulic pressure is increasing. Yeah, it's looking good.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 1 left using taxiway Foxtrot, Foxtrot 1 Juliet 1 Alpha. 202.
Yeah, a bit weird with that right aileron. Why it's why it's standing up while the left one is. Let's see when we get moving. We'll also put on the weather radar. I'm not sure how this is implemented, to be honest, but I think it does. It's supposed to at least give some weather. It seems to move, so we do have weather around us. I'm not sure if it's bad weather or not. We can actually check windy for that. And windy is telling us that the weather around Kolkata is looking quite fine. The wind is gonna be totally against us though, so we're gonna fly into a headwind. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, let's press the master caution. We can close these ones. We can set up the first nav one, the nav radio. So that's 115. Sorry, that's the second one. This one, 115 at 4. So now we have that set, and that's going to be a course of 274. So let's put that in. Okay, now we're doing it a bit the wrong way, but that's fine. 274, 275. Let's do 275 maybe, since that was in the SID that we had on the hardware. And it can be a bit tricky to sometimes set it, but that's good enough. We're taking off from runway 1 right, so let's put it to 1 for now. Let's check also how far we'll need to taxi. It's not going to be a far. We're basically at the runway. Walker 4003, ready to taxi. Okay, let's ask for taxi. Clearance. Let's see if this one. Test, that's aligned. Did we get any taxi yet?
Walker 4003
No, but we're getting it
taxi
now.
to runway 01 right via Alpha. Hold short runways 01 left, 01 right.
Taxi to runway 01 right via Alpha. Hold short runways 01 left.
And there's 01 right.
Walker
Good.
4003.
Yeah, so at least there's 2 runways here, but yeah, not a lot. Since we now have both engines on, what we can do is start these. We don't want to do dual bleeds, so we'll close. We can close these, I think. We don't need the start pump. Seatbelt sign should have been on. My mistake. We can turn off the APU. Ram air on. Yaw dampener. And anti-skid can be armed. Circuit breaker light, that's fine. Those are on.
Departure frequency is 119.3 squawk 0202.
Flaps 5.
745 cleared to Bhubaneswar Airport as filed. Fly runway
And
heading,
I'm not
climb and
sure if we
maintain
get
6000.
from the dispatch anything in terms of trim. I think it's always the same, saying 8.8,
745
which
cleared
is
to runway
quite high.
ground on 12.
So I'll do something a bit.
Aeroflot 263 ground runway 34 left, taxi via Whiskey 7 Alpha boarding point. QNH 2998 inches, information Romeo.
What's this one? Longitude trim handle. Okay. We'll do around 6.5. I think it's gonna be good enough.
Calcutta ground 745 with Foxtrot ready to taxi
I
IFR.
think that should be sufficient.
And hold short of runway 1 left via taxiway Foxtrot 1 Juliet 1 Alpha.
We can put the nose lights on.
118.1 when ready.
We'll release the parking brakes.
Hold short runway 1 left via taxiway Foxtrot 1 Juliet 1 Alpha.
Yeah, looking good. Let's do a bit of trial here with the... Yeah, interesting, it's saying rudder is turning. But these are the ailerons. Let's have a look at these wings, maybe they'll become correct whilst we start taxiing. I'm gonna add a bit of thrust, see if that gets us moving. Can we arm this one, or is it... I don't think so, okay. We'll leave as is.
4003 cross runway 01 left.
Okay, we got the clearance to
Cleared
cross. Let's
runway
check, we have
01 left.
that
Walker
working.
4003.
Pitot heat, that's something we need. Captain. So we'll turn here. Hopefully nobody's coming. Well, those
Walker
are probably gonna take off.
4003 contact Kolkata Tower on 118.1.
But hopefully they can wait so we can
Tower
cross
on
here before.
118.1. Walker 4003.
And we can put on both the landing lights. You can't really see anything, right? Thank God that it can see me though. So yeah, it's getting ready to take off the... Is it a 737? I think so. Didn't look too closely, to be honest. What else? What else? What else? What else? What am I missing? Let's break soon. And just stop for a minute and think. Guess if it's anything with the autopilot that we want to do, it should be fine. Everything is set up correctly, I would say. I just need to keep an eye out on the fuel gauges. So I guess this is the left and the right, and this is the center one. That's the total fuel. It's decreasing pretty rapidly. So let's get going. We'll ask for takeoff clearance. Walker 4003 ready for takeoff.
Walker 4003 winds are tree 51 at 3 knots.
Okay,
Runway 01
4,000
right,
feet
clear
then
for
to
takeoff,
230.
caution, wake turbulence, squawk 4603.
Why did they give
Runway
wake?
01 right cleared for takeoff, squawking 4603. Walker 4003.
Maybe they meant the other aircraft that took off. I'm gonna assume that's what they meant. Okay, let's see. So 4,000 feet. Then we're turning 230, and then we're gonna try to catch the VOR. So that makes sense. We have checked everything. We have flaps. We don't have auto brakes. We don't have anything with speed brakes that we need to set. I think that we have the trim correctly set up. Gear is down, so it's about the throttles. We have the lights set up correctly. When the weather is like this, I do wonder if we need to... Would we need to put extra lights? Would that help? If it's this foggy, maybe it wouldn't. The AI won't won't look at that anyway, unfortunately. But I think we are ready to go. So what we'll do, 210, and then we'll climb 4,000, turn left to 230. Okay, looking good. Let's try to maintain center line. How's the pressure ratio looking? Fine, actually. Let's see, do we get up to 210? We're basically pushing it. So we're basically doing a complete toga approach. Interesting. Okay, 80 knots. Oh, we're pretty heavy. Rotate. We have positive rate. Very nice. Wow, it handles so differently when it's this heavy. Okay. Flaps up, slats retracted. Okay. And we are climbing. Very nice. As you can see, very foggy out here. Not much to see. I'm gonna pull back a bit on the thrust. I don't feel like we wanna push it unnecessarily. Gonna trim down a bit. We need to maintain 250 knots, so that's something to keep in mind.
Walker 4003 contact Kolkata radar control on 120.67.
Radar control on 120.67.
We can throttle down even a bit more.
4003.
Okay, let's continue forward still.
Radar control Walker 4003, climbing to flight level 250.
Okay, we're a bit fast.
Walker
Throttle down a bit more.
4003, good morning.
Okay, 1,000 to go. Okay, we know what we are gonna get. Let's do 10,000 feet. That's the next one that we gotta be prepared for. Nose lights off. Okay, we can start turning. Now we need a bit of thrust. And there we go. We can see the localizer come alive. So 230. So far so good. Still no light. Or sunlight. So let's see how long that's gonna take.
Walker 4003 contact Kolkata control on 120.1.
We're starting to get up through the clouds, so that's nice. Yeah, look at this beauty. Okay, let's see.
Control Walker 4003, climbing to flight level 250.
Walker 4003, good morning.
Okay, let's give a bit more thrust. Okay, we're soon above the cloud layer. $7,000 feet. We're continuing to turn. Because we need to get on the localizer. But yeah, look at this. This is flying in India in a nutshell, unfortunately. It's a lot of fog, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's see, 230. I do want to get above 10,000 so I don't have to check for the speed all the time. Let's see, we can push this down to 190. I don't think we need to turn more than this for now. Okay, let's do 190. So we have it prepared for the cruise. And let's, oh, that was a bit wobbly. And I'm actually gonna try to get the heading bug somewhere along these lines. Now we have 10,000 feet. Yeah, it's vertical speed, so that's good. Let's put that on. We can do heading.
Ladies and gentlemen, soon our crew will be passing with new free items to buy. If you're interested.
Okay, let's turn a bit to the right already.
57, climb level 400.
Let's pick up some speed. We can climb a bit slower for now. We'll put this up to
Walker
24,000.
You are off course. Turn right to heading 300 to return to course.
Yeah, they're gonna be saying that for a while. But that's fine. We can ignore it. As we're flying, we have a specific course that we're gonna follow. Soon we'll have the localizer. We are speeding up a bit. I'm gonna take
Walker
a nice
4003, turn right to heading 300.
Heading 300.
sniping
Walker
pool.
4003.
Okay, let's see. So 110 nautical miles still to go. And I'll show you why they're complaining. So we did fly for a while kind of correctly. Then we said nope, we're not doing that. And let's see. We can soon. Yeah, let's do 274 instead. Let's do the localizer. Let's see if we can capture it. Can we choose this? We can only have heading, right? Maybe we can keep it on heading. Okay, now we can start climbing quite a bit again. I'm so annoyed with not sure why they are. Oh, we're hearing them because it's on the second one. Okay. Let's see now. Should be turning right, hopefully soon.
Walker 4003, you are off course. Turn right to heading 300 to return to course.
Heading 300. Walker 4003.
Oh, we're flying heading mode. That's not what I was planning on. I want to fly the localizer one. I think moving this one must have changed it. Let me check if it's that. Yeah, it's that one. Okay, that's something that we need to be aware of. Okay, we have the altitude hold as well. Hey, look at that. We're finally seeing the ground. That's nice. Maybe we want to take a new picture now that we can see the beautiful Indian farmlands or whatever it is.
Walker 4003, you are off course. Turn right to heading 295 to return to course.
Okay, we're flying nav.
Walker 4003.
According to this one, we are maintaining course. This could be correct. I'm very interested though in just double checking this one, because I had to actually reinstall this aircraft when I moved, so I'm gonna cheat. Yeah, because look at this. This makes no sense. How?
Turkish 70, confirm clear to descend via arrival.
Turkish 70, descend to flight level 150 and clear to Goody.
Descend level 150 and clear direct to
Yeah, because look, we're driving off. If for some reason it doesn't really want to capture that localizer, so it's better to kind of fly the localizer manually with the heading bug, at least based on my experience. Okay, good. But I just wanted to check that to be sure we can close this one. I thought it was just to see, because I've had that issue before. Let's put that down, the auxiliary one. These are all on the servos. And we have the DME. Let's actually put that one on. I want to see the DME on my 87.6. It's getting lower and lower. Do we have any thunderstorms here close by? No, nothing. Nothing all the way down to Ishipatna, so that's good. Very good news. We can actually go to standard. In terms of the barrow. Can we see anything with this one if we increase the range a bit? No, nothing to be worried about. You can see we're a bit to the left of the localizer, but that's fine. That is fine. We can actually put the second VR also on. Let's do that one. That's going to be 1135. So 1135 with a different course. The course is going to be 180. 180, so we can see it here, and that's fine. We can follow here, you can see the localizer and here's the other one. So we're flying until we get it to 180 and then we're turning.
And maintain flight level 340.
340, so that's gonna be our cruising.
Flight level 340. Walker 4003.
And let's actually climb a bit slower.
turn right heading 225, proceed on course. 328.
Anything else that we need to think of? No, nothing with anti-icing or similar. Yeah, this is great. It's been a very long time since I flew in India, so it's quite fun to be back flying around these areas. Unfortunately, it doesn't have enough, or it has a very kind of interesting history in terms of airlines. If you're talking Air India, right? 747s, the accidents and stuff, but looking up kind of, well, I guess maybe with the British, right? There's some history there. But then they kind of broke away, right? So, but I guess they were still used as hubs. So for all the flights that went through all the way to Australia, right? The Comet, etc. So, yeah, it does have a rich history, but maybe not like the own local domestic flights. That's kind of been brewing and coming up now these last few years. Okay, let's decrease our ascent rate a bit. We're losing quite a bit of speed. And that's fine. Well, yeah, this aircraft is also quite a unique one in terms of that it's only a two-man cockpit, so great competitive advantage. talking about that, how many did it was a bit fewer. DC-9, it sold quite a bit less than 1,000, while the 737-200 sold, and let me see, so the OG one sold around 1,000. Okay, very interesting. Around 1,100. So the DC-9 was kinda to a similar extent operated as the 737-200, and then I guess it's the classic, specifically then with the NG, where they kind of pull away, but that's when Airbus comes into the fray and kind of take McDonnell Douglas's place as the second big airplane manufacturer. What's our Mac at? We can see that here, right? So it's a bit below 7. We're still climbing maybe a bit too fast for the altitude. I'm gonna bring it down quite a bit. Look at the pressure ratio though. That's much higher than... Or maybe we can keep it a bit higher now for the climb. Hopefully it doesn't end up with us having an engine flaming out, but you never know. Okay, 57, 56. It's coming down here, but it's gonna take a bit of time. This one is still at 21. Let's bring the seatbelt sign off. We can do the same. Or maybe they already had the seatbelt sign off. We're soon gonna have used all the fuel in the center fuel tank. You can see the fuel flow here and there. So the two engines. Or this is actually fuel used, not the fuel flow. Let me see. Or is that the fuel flow? Fuel used pounds, fuel flow. That must be the fuel flow, right? This the orange bug, while the fuel used in pounds is the middle one, yeah. So we're using quite a bit of fuel. You can definitely see that this one is not a very efficient aircraft. It's an older one. It was efficient for its time, of course, but yeah, not compared to our modern Airbuses and the Boeings. We're soon gonna be flying over clouds again. I mean, crazy also with Coolsky that they can show the front of the aircraft. Not even the MD-11 by TFDI has that. I find that a bit weird. Also, one interesting thing, I had a really big problem with my own created autogen. I had these black boxes everywhere. Apparently, that was because I had installed a library for some Scottish airports, and one of the files somehow was being used for all the autogen, so it was popping up. Super strange, but just wanted to give a FYI on that, because it's quite odd. It took me a while to troubleshoot that one, or to figure out, was like, is it an NVIDIA shader, something else that's messing about, but nope. It was solely that small little file. So yeah, that's flying for you guys, or flight sim, troubleshooting a lot of it. Okay, let's see, and we're gonna be turning left soon. How long have we been recording now? Maybe even 1.5 hours already? No, 1 hour. Okay, not that long. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can do this turn, and then maybe I can pause the recording, because it's gonna be a bit difficult to leave, and I won't be able to provide enough content for this clip. And they're still complaining, but as you can see, we're soon gonna be aligned. So alles gut, in other words.
Egypt 935, Koloha 121, decimal
Yeah, we're still a bit off.
111 Egypt 935, master.
We're gonna turn the opposite direction, but you can see this one is coming now towards 180. So soon we can swap. The question is, can you swap this one with the number 2? And I don't think so. I don't think there's such an option actually when I think of it. Let me see.
1323, traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles. At flight level 389er, Airbus 347 in sight.
205, maintaining flight
23, traffic is 2 o'clock, 4 miles. At flight level 40.
Okay, you can get some red floodlights, so that's good at least. What's this one then? Okay, that's light. That's nice, it works even during the day.
Off course. Turn right to heading 290 to return to course.
Okay, 30 nautical miles until our turn, so we'll have to turn soon.
Walker 4003.
Everything else is looking fine, even though I do think we have soon drained our middle tank, or our central fuel tank. Then we're gonna have to shut the pumps to that one. Well, let's drain it completely. Okay, we're at 180 soon. 1000 to go.
1850, traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles.
Speed is looking fine.
330, Southwest DC-9, 347 in sight.
We are pushing these engines like crazy though. Look at that pressure ratio. This is a bit too much, I would say. Oil pressure, look at the oil pressure. Is that fine? That must be way above. Or is that in the green? Let me see. No, that's in the green actually. What about oil temp? That's a bit high.
You are off course.
Yeah.
Turn right to heading 290 to return to course.
Okay, now it's only 23 nautical miles. Hydraulic brake selector both or left or right. Okay, that's interesting. And now you can see the ailerons are working as they should. So yeah, it's strange how they, on the ground they're looking a bit weird. Yeah, you can see that there's a bit of turbulence. Actually, I've forgotten to put on the RAS Professional. Let me just put that on. I don't really have a good model for it, so we can just use the stock one. But I think that should be fine. Okay, let's see. 18. Yeah, we're coming up. We'll start the turn at 13, I think. And then we're going to be flying a course of 188. Actually, 188, not 180. So we're almost at that. We're following the other one, so we can actually now turn to 135. I will change this one to 188 as well. And we can start our turn. So that we get on the right course. Oh, and now we are, so we can hold our altitude. And we can bring down our thrust quite a bit. Or the EPR to 190. Let's see if that's enough. Might be a bit. Let's see how close we are now to. Yeah, you can see we're getting kind of on it appropriately. Ish at least. Okay, 188. We need to turn a bit more into it. Can't turn too much. What about speed now? We're at 190 pretty perfectly. Maybe a bit high on the right engine. Let's see. I think they're looking fine now. Are we maintaining speed? We seem to be. We're descending a bit, but that's fine. How much flying do we have left? 53 minutes. So it's not a long flight. 360 nautical miles. Look at that. We're hitting some heavy turbulence now. Let's ask them to put on their seatbelt signs again. Okay, now we got the seatbelt ding.
Qatari 78 Romeo, continuing on standard level 330.
Continuing climbing, flight level 330, Qatari 78 Romeo.
I wish we had something on turbulence. I like when they say that, right? Anything else? Speed is actually holding pretty nicely. Maybe a bit slower than I'd anticipated, but that's fine. And they have stopped complaining, I think, about how we're flying, so that's a good sign. But I think I'll pause here, and then I'll jump back once we're close to the approach. But hopefully you enjoyed it thus far. I mean, now it's basically just following the needle, right? It's gonna be the next one. It's gonna be 1135, or that's the one we're flying now, the VR. Then it's gonna be 114000, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 11400. But yeah, see you in a jiffy. Hi guys, we are back. We are now aiming towards our final VR point, if we're excluding the ILS and the airport's VR itself. And we have about 159 nautical miles to go. We actually got a descent clearance pretty early to 26,000 feet, so I'm thinking we can do that now. It's a bit early, but I figure better to be early with one of these older aircrafts where you have to do a bit more manually rather than yeah, I don't want to end up too high on approach, so we're gonna start descending. Hot and high is what we want to avoid. Let's see, but it worked pretty well with the 1.9 for the cruise, so that was nice to see. We're gonna bring it back now to, gonna start with 1.7. We have quite a bit of fuel, so I do think that flight plan might have been overestimating how much fuel we need. Or maybe it was because of diversion. You might need a bit extra here in India, considering the fog, or the mist, or whatever you want to call it. But oh well. Let's have a look here. The recording is also looking good. Outside it's looking fine. Do we have any nice views? Oh, we have a few, but nothing really spectacular, so we'll just keep the normal one. What I am thinking now is what do we need to prep for? Did we forget anything? I don't think so. I don't think we've forgotten anything, at least not anything I can figure out. In terms of the altitude, I think the radio altitude is fine. I guess we can put this into the 230. Just a barrow ref for the landing. And we can descend a bit more. 26,000 is what we got. So let's descend. I'm gonna pull back quite a bit more. Let's also change the tilt a bit. It's been up, but we want to change it to down. Let's do 5. And let's decrease the range a bit. And let's also check a bit the weather at our destination. Yeah, you can see it's gonna be tight. I'm gonna definitely want to fly with the autopilot for a long time. And then we'll kind of, just before we land, disconnect it, and hopefully the visibility, actually, what was the visibility, Jesus? That's a worse 2,000 meters, that might be sufficient, but it's gonna be tight. It's pretty trash visibility, if we're being honest, considering the speeds we're moving in. So yeah, there is a risk that this could get quite hairy. We don't have auto land capability with this aircraft, right? Yeah, we don't. I think one of the first ones that had auto land was the Trident, actually. Maybe I need to fly that and test its auto land capabilities, but this one doesn't have it, so boo-hoo for us, unfortunately. But yeah, such is the situation. And let's descend more. We want to do around 2,000. It's only 130 nautical miles left, so it's not a lot. How's the front looking? Looks pretty good. Very beautiful. It looked really nice, Vishakhapatnam. I mean, it's not like a beach resort or anything like that, right? It's just a normal city. But yeah, it's a beautiful country, India. Very different from, let's say, Sweden and Finland, so it can be quite a culture shock. But I don't think I ever felt unsafe, at least when I were in Delhi or Calcutta, for example.
6911, turn left, heading 060.
I hate the fact that we have them speaking, because the problem is that the reason why we need to have them is because GSX doesn't work otherwise with the voice. Otherwise I would have turned the ATC or muted them already. Just wish you could like cancel the whole ATC, the in-game one, without affecting other software. Okay, 122. Let me check. I think we're gonna be flying in from the water, if I'm right, because we're doing the... No, actually, we are landing... Let me see, what did they tell us? Expect a runway 23. That is... That is interesting. 23. That's a different runway. We need to we need to redo our... Let's see if we even have it. Do we have the info 423? We don't need folder view. We need file view. We need VOVZ. Let's see. VOVZ will open VOVZ. That tells us that there is a... No. Oh god damn. I don't have inputs for runway 23, or I don't have any data for that, so we need to go to ChartFox and hope and pray to the Lord that they have it. Let's search for a new one, get started.
Walker 4003 descend and maintain flight level 180.
Descend and maintain flight level 180.
We don't have any data for that, so we can't do that. I'm gonna have to ask them for another one. Request vectors. So VOVZ ILS 28.
Control, Walker 4003 request vectors for the ILS approach to runway 28 at Victor Oscar Victor Zulu.
Come on, give us that, please.
Walker 4003 contact VECC Patnam approach on 119.7. With your request, enjoy your afternoon.
Approach on 119.7, Walker 4003.
Yeah, we'll need to request.
Approach
Let's see.
Walker 4003. Request radar vectors for the visual straight-in approach to runway 23.
No. I get so mad at this. This is just ridiculous. Come on.
Approach Walker 4003.
We want the ILS
request
approach.
vectors for the ILS approach to runway 28 at Victor Oscar Victor Zulu.
And did we get lower clearances? I think we got a clearance to 18,000. Okay, it's thinking now. Come on.
Walker 4003
Yes.
maintain heading 225 vectors
Yes,
for
we
the
got it.
ILS approach for runway 28
Praise
at
be.
Visakhapatnam Airport descent
Praise
and
be,
maintain
18,000.
3,000 feet.
And now we got 3,000 feet. Thank
Turn to
God.
heading 225 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 28 ascend and maintain 3,000 feet. Walker
Praise be.
4003.
3,000 feet. That's good news. Okay, I can bring that down. 3,000 feet. We can't really do a visual approach with these. I mean, it's gonna be impossible. Let's check weather also. It's fine. We can basically do any runway with that weather. Okay, let's turn a bit. Okay, now it's 97. We are descending, but not fast enough. So let's bring that down a bit. What was our alternate now again? That was some VECC, and the alternate was, sorry, VECC was the one we took off from VOVZ. I think that's Mandalay, right? Or is it Hyderabad? Let me check. Bangalore, sorry. VOVZ. It was VOVZ, right? No, VOVZ. VOVZ is... Actually, which one is VOVZ? I might not have that. That's Bengaluru. Oh, you have that. Or, let me check. Alternate is VOVZ. VOVZ airport is Bidar airport. Okay, so it's not Bengaluru airport. Yeah, because that would be a very long flight. Bidar airport is a bit inland. It's actually further away than Hyderabad, but I'm gonna guess Hyderabad might have the same issue that Delhi and these other places are. It's a huge place, right? So a lot of fog or pollution, right? It's interesting, every time I fly in India, this is how the weather kind of looks. It's very low, kind of cloud base, then you have fog. But thank God that we were able to do the 28 the ILS. That would have it would have been a bit scary to do the 2-3, specifically with the visibility being that low. I would not have wanted to risk that if we have an option not to do that. And let's see now, 82 nautical miles. I feel like we are a tad bit high. Let's descend one step more. Let's see. And let's bring back the throttles a bit. And what else? What else? What else? What else?
Clear land, 34 left, UPS 108.
What else can we do? What can men do against such reckless hate?
Walker 4003
that's from
turn left
Lord of
to
the
heading
Rings, right?
220.
Heading 220, Walker 4003.
Okay, enough with the bad quotes, or let's say inappropriate quotes for the situation at hand. Okay, we're at 17,000, it's 7,000, that's the what's it called? The transition altitude. We can think about the landing though, so let's shift 8. So the landing is gonna be let me Google. Let's see if AI has an answer. DC-9 normal landing flaps.
Walker 4003 turn left
40.
heading 215.
Okay.
Heading 215.
We're doing
Walker
40 then.
4003.
Which makes sense. I think it's the same for the 737. It's also like 30 or something. Okay, and that means... Oh, no. That's dumb of me. Heading alt... Yeah, okay, good. We're able to save that. So the VREF with 40 is 133, I guess. That's how I'm reading this. And what did they tell us? Heading 215. Okay. 215. And let's switch it around. So we're doing 114 on the second course, and we'll do 225 there, so we can just see how we're flying. And that we have the VR, and then we're gonna switch to the ILS on the first one. That's 11, and then
Walker
1 with
turn
a
left to heading 210.
210. So they want us to continue
210,
turning.
Walker 4003.
Why aren't we turning? Because that one is off. Okay, now we're turning again. We're still descending, so that's good. The course should be 276. So that's good. It's gonna take a while before it pops out. Okay, we're 13,000 speed-wise. It's looking fine. We can slow down a bit more, I think. It should hopefully get us to around 250 knots. We're not that
Walker
far above.
4003 turn left to heading 205.
205.
Walker 4003.
I think it's time to turn on the seatbelt signs, which it seems like we have already done. Can we force them? We can actually set the descent. Yeah. How's it looking in the front? White, a lot of white. But we are on our way down. Do we need to check any settings? We can decrease, I think, the tilt a bit. Okay, 5 is the... Does this make any difference? We have normal and map. Need to check that actually, what's the difference. Okay, we're at 10,000 almost. So I'm gonna bring this up. Hopefully we can go to... Oh, we don't want to go completely to idle, right? Okay, let's see, 250 knots. We are getting there, slow and steady. We're supposed to be at 3,000 feet. The local altimeter, do we know that now? 1011. Okay, that's fine. And 7,000. Let's put on the landing lights. Do those drop down, or are they, yeah, at the tips? Okay, that's good. We can descend a bit
Walker
faster.
4003 turn right to heading 220.
Okay, turn right to 220. I think we can descend a bit faster. Slow down a bit. How far away are we now in terms of DME? We can only see the number 1 DME. I'm thinking 54, 53. Okay, and it's a bit further away, so maybe it's around 62 or something from the ILS. We still are not registering anything here. we do have mountains around it though, but they are around 1,000 feet. Worst part is 2,000 almost, so we just gotta keep that in mind. We can't really go too much below. There's a bit of turbulence here as well, interestingly enough. And look at that, we have 2 pilots. Can't believe the MD-11 doesn't have 2 pilots in the cockpit. I hope they add that. It looks much better when you're taking like an outside picture and you have the pilots there. Best would be, of course, if you had the passengers also here showing from the outside. Shouldn't be too hard though, but I guess, you know, maybe that's a bit of loading times, etc. Okay, it's looking good. I think we can descend a bit slower because I don't want to fly too fast. We are being vectored in, but we haven't heard anything now for a while. That's fine. Can we turn the nose lights on already? Let's do that to save ourselves a bit of time. And anything else we need to do? No, I don't think so. We just need to be ready. We're doing flaps 30 landing. What was it, like 132, something like that. 133. Okay. Nose noted. Not gonna change anything with the pressure ratio. Maybe we can put it back to 210 in case we need to do a go around. And actually, considering that the go around for that is 1166, it's related to that VR. So maybe it's best if we put that in, because we're gonna be able to pick that up. And let's do the same 276 course. We should be able to pick it up before we pick up the ILS, but it's at least gonna give us a bit of safety in terms of knowing where we're located in relation to it. In relation to the ILS, right, and the airport itself. Okay, it's looking pretty good. I think we can descend even slower now. No point pushing it. We're at 250 knots as well, so yeah, we should have ample time to get on the glide slope and the localizer. 37 nautical miles. It's gonna go fast, but let's see. Let's see, is this anything weird with this one? It's a normal glide slope. We're talking 3-degree descent. Runway, anything to think of? No. We should change this barrow, right, to the local one, 101.1. 1,000 to go, so we should soon go to altitude hold. I've seen the cloud effects now, but I'm not seeing anything below the clouds, for better or worse.
Walker 4003 descend and maintain 2,200 feet.
2,200 feet.
Maintain 2,200
okay, we can descend a bit
feet.
more then.
Walker
I'm gonna add
4003.
a bit of thrust. We'll also arrest our descent a bit, because we have time to descend these final 1,000 meters. I would rather get us more, 1,000 to go. That's a bit scary. What? Oh yeah, 1,000 to, yeah, sorry, to altitude. God, I was like, is he calling out, you know, the ground clearance but okay, we're fine. It's still fine. We still haven't picked up any ILS signal. We're a bit too far away. We're about 29 nautical miles, but it should be soon. Can't be that long left. Should be at something around 20 plus. Okay, 2,700. Let's get seated properly in my chair. Does this feel right? It feels good. Let's tighten a bit the yoke. We need to drop landing gears and flaps. Those are going to be important. And what about speed brakes? We can arm those. We are driving a tad bit slow. 2,200 is what we want to be at. What are we now at? 26 nautical miles. Okay, I'm adding a bit of thrust. We're seeing increasing speed, that's good. We don't need to see crazy amounts, just
Walker
a bit.
4003, turn right to
Now,
heading 225.
now we can see the...
Turn right to heading 225 Walker 4003.
That's 225, right? But good. We're picking everything up, so that's actually perfect. I guess the ILS won't be picked up here with the VOR. Let me think. For the landing, we'll have to switch to the right. I think the first one is the auto one, and then we have the manual one. So we'll do the ILS one. And we can actually now, I realized we broke through a bit, but 2,000 is fine. It's not the end of the world based on the surrounding area. I'm actually I need some weight because my chair keeps moving. 1 sec. So I can't really use my rudder properly if I don't have any sort of weight to stop me from pushing myself back with my chair. Let's see if we can get that. Okay, now we have a bit of weight behind us. That's good. Okay, 2,000. We have about 20 nautical miles to go. Once we're starting the glide slope, it's about 3.6, 4.8, 6.8, 3.7. Okay, yeah, 6.7 for the glide slope. So we have about 14 nautical miles to go. Gonna add a tad bit of thrust, because I feel like we're flying a bit slow. Maybe not that efficient. I mean, look at our angle of attack. It's quite high, right? So with a bit more thrust, we're going to be able to fly more efficiently by getting the nose down. So let's see. Another way to do this is by adding slats. And now when I think of it, maybe that's a good idea. Adding those slats. We still haven't gotten any other kind of input from the ATC, so let's see. But yeah, as you can see, this is shitty weather. This is IFR conditions. Scary when you think of it. We're flying kind of in the dark, but not really. So yeah, but we should be fine. Let's see, 2,000 feet. We're a bit below what they wanted us, but that's fine. We're below the glide slope. We're soon gonna have to turn towards the heading we are supposed to be at. We're picking up a lot of stuff on our weather radar, but nothing that's really helpful. Can't really avoid it.
003, you are 17 nautical miles east of the airport.
Yeah.
Fly heading 245 to intercept final.
2,
Cleared for ILS
4,
approach to runway 28. Contact VECC at Nam Tower on 123.5.
Fly heading 245. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 28. Tower on 123.5.
Are we breaking through the clouds? No, nothing.
4003.
I would want to see a bit. It's quite nice actually, the approach. Not that I saw too much in real
Tower Walker
life either.
4003. Inbound for ILS approach runway 28.
Okay.
Walker 4003, good afternoon.
Adding
Continue
a bit
ILS
of
for runway
trust.
28 call when established on final.
We're quite
Continue
close on
ILS
the
runway 28
VR
call
though,
when established on final.
so we're
Walker
definitely getting there.
4003.
And we should be kind of established on the straight on the 276 when we're about 8 nautical miles away. So let's see. That should soon happen though. I think I can see this one moving now. Yeah, look at that. So the localizer is there. I think we can move a bit towards it already. Do the approach. Come on. Work with us.
435 is contact Tokyo departure 124.2.
442 Philippine 435.
Wait, what's going on here? Why is the gear not dropping? Okay, there we go.
Distinct 621, contact departure 124.2.
Now we see the glide slope coming down. Why was the gear? Was it because the hydraulic brake? Maybe I messed something up, but okay, that was interesting. Maybe, do I have random failures on? I can't believe I would have that. Oh well. Let's see now. We are... Okay, we need to slow down quite a bit. And get the right flap setting, that's 40. Can we do that already? We're at 180. Yeah, I think so. Okay, and we're descending now. Okay, all good. Just me with the hydraulic. Luckily you can choose between both, left or right. But at least we have the gear down. So, you know, all good. I'm gonna slow down a bit. Let's be ready to remove the autopilot. Yeah, something's going on because we've been losing hydraulic pressure. Okay, 1,000 feet. Now let's focus. We're seeing the ground. That's good news. 2,000 is when we actually have to take over this. Okay, we need a bit more. Okay, let's see. Still looking okay. I'm not seeing the runway. We have 600 feet to go. Come on. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, we need to add quite a bit of thrust.
Walker 4003, winds are light and variable. Cleared to land runway 28.
That should, yeah, maintain.
Walker 4003.
Okay, we got landing clearance, but we still can't see the runway. But it should pop up here at any minute. It does look like we're... Now I'm seeing it. There we go. Runway in sight. Thank God. And we can remove a bit of thrust. Okay, we're a bit fast. Okay, we're gonna
Walker
use quite a bit of the
4003
runway.
exit runway when able. Report clear.
But that's
of
fine.
exit.
We're quite a small aircraft anyway. Okay. We should have it to the right there. Yeah. Gonna use the brakes now as well. When we landed here in real life as well, we went all the way to the end. And goddamn, it sounded a lot when you got down there at the end.
contact departure 124
Tower 7447.
Look at that.
Inbound ILS, runway 28, approach 7447, Shaka Potsdam Tower.
Did I land with flaps 40 or 30?
Altimeter 258.
I'm not certain. Hey, we got the hydraulics back, so that's good.
7447.
At least we were able to do some quick thinking.
and messaging. Our staff will help you complete your Walker journey. And if you need any help,
Did I ask or say that I was established on final? We did get landing clearance though.
visit walkerair.ux. In behalf of our crew and all the team, we thank you so much for choosing flying with Walker Air Transport. We hope to see you again
Japan
soon.
941 contact departure 124 decimal 2.
That must be smart cars, right? Crazy, I forgot that it has those, you know, notification sounds. Okay, but that's cool. Maybe I don't even need, what's it called? Pack X anymore. Okay, we landed with really, way too good. We landed with or 56 feet per minute, which is too low. I want to do 150. That's, sorry, we can't put that on. We want to put that on the APU. So yeah, not the best. We can turn those off. Position. Walker 4003, ready to taxi. I guess clear of active is what we should
Walker
say.
4003 sorry. No gate available at this airport.
Ah, lies. Why do you lie, people? Why do you lie? Let's retract and let's park. We actually parked at a gate. It was very interesting. It was the first time I've ever been like on an aircraft and we parked. And then you just sat at the aircraft. You know, some people went off, very few people. And then some people came on. Okay, let's brake here and let's go to one of the gates. What we can do now is, since we do have the APU, we can put that on. We can turn those off so we don't get the dual bleed. And then we can turn here. Yeah, let's turn here. This was a very nice flight actually. You know, some things happening, some wrong management of the hydraulic pressure, but that's you know, you live and you learn. And interesting to, you know, see that, you know, if I switch to the right one, then I got the hydraulics back. Just shows the kind of the depth of this add-on. So I'm gonna just park here nicely. Parking brake set. And then we'll shut down the engines. We had quite a bit of fuel to go. So we got a approved flight. So that's nice. We can close the Luke air tool. Don't really care about that anyway.
Japan 827, wind 33 knots, minor, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
Why was it rejected? Was there a reason? weird. I need to have a look at that. Doesn't really matter if it was or not, but just strange.
7912, please 13 miles east inbound, ILS, runway 28 approach.
Let me have a look.
12, Visakhapatnam Tower, make straight.
But yeah, before I have a look at that, let's wrap this up. What we will do is let me check if there is a GSX jetway here. Oh, there is actually. Nice. We don't need that. We just want to do the replay. We can do 360. That should be sufficient. Don't think. So yeah, we kind of floated too much. I should have let it go down and then, but oh well. It's a long runway, right? At least we got a smooth landing. Okay, there we go. Happy days. And yeah, so pretty good landing overall. And all the animations showing, that's always great. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. I thought it was a fun flight. Now I just need to go and figure out what happened with my pirate and why it got rejected. Probably something. Maybe I set it up wrong. Maybe I put the wrong airport. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's hope not. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And otherwise, thank you for watching and have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.